Hey everyone, we are back with Tyranny of Dragons Session 9. I am DM Logan, and these are our players.
I'm Ryan. I'm playing Auburn, half-elven paladin, a Polor.
I am Wesley, and I am playing a Tristana, a fire sorceress.
And I am Brandon Moley, who is playing Carthon, not Carthron, a rogue.
Okay, you're all gonna die. And with that, we begin! Okay. With the collapse of the Red Wizard's magic tethers, the cavern shakes and rumbles. Pebbles and dust drip from the ceiling. From outside the cathedral, a massive snap is heard, followed by a resounding boom and crumbling. Fine cracks originate from the eastern wall and extend instantly like forked lightning across the rocky dome. In an instant, the wyvern upon which Noah stands is crushed under the weight of a wicked chandelier. Noah, please make a dexterity saving throw.
I've been waiting for you to ask me that. All right, that is a 17.
Tell me how you dodge this enormous chandelier.
Okay, so I'm on this thing. My short sword plunged in the back of this thing's neck, and it's just going all around, just trying to get me off it. I'm just like, whoa, boy, whoa, okay. And I I take out my short sword to go and stab for it again, and then I just hear, I look up and I see the thing disconnecting, and it begins free fall, and I'm like, oh shit! And I just roll off at the last second as the wyvern is crushed by the chandelier, and I'm just on my knees and immediately get back up.
The wyvern eyes you, viciously hissing and writhing beneath the metal structure. Pinned to the floor, blood gushes from its scaly neck. The rumbling subsides.
Tristana, Auburn, you all. I forgot like where we're all situated. I think I'm right behind Tristana.
Yeah, sorry about the map. If y'all can remember, to the north was the entrance exit. Auburn was collapsed on kind of the eastern side. Remember where he was? And then Tristana was in the middle, north of the pit.
All right. And you said the rumbling has stopped?
Yes.
All right. So I get probably the first person I know would see as soon as he looked up is Tristana. So what's she doing?
I'd say she's still reeling from that wicked poison attack from Daevin. But she's still on her feet, like she's still functional. But she's probably after like seeing like it dangled before her eyes, the Daevin was there and he just kind of disappeared. I kind of like just imagine like kind of falling to her knees and just letting out this like massive like scream of like anger, pain, all kind of mixed together. And then from there, she just kind of looks around, sees like she's kind of woken up by the crashing chandelier behind her. And as you kind of like dust off nonchalantly, I think she's just finally like kind of like woken up to like what's going on. And she would just kind of like look at you and look at Auburn. So we got to get out of here.
Yeah, just about to say that. Okay, big guy. Okay, and if Auburn is on the ground, Noah would go over and help him up. Ryan did that. And you're muted, Ryan.
I think I'll let Auburn.
So when you guys did grab the ring from?
I took the ring and I smashed it.
Oh, okay, that's right. I remember that now.
And then after that, he casted spells on himself and collapsed against a pillar.
Right.
So Auburn's currently on the sitting on the ground, leaning against a pillar.
And you were like level 2 or level 3 exhausted, right?
Yeah, I'm second level exhausted right now. So I have half move speed and something else.
I don't remember what else gets rid of exhaustion. Is it just rest? Is that it?
There's a long rest.
Yeah.
What about like a cure, like a wound thing? Like if you got 1 healing of HP, doesn't that get rid of exhaustion? I'm pretty sure.
Probably the lesser or greater restoration, one of those.
I could have sworn it was just
so. Some special abilities, environmental hazards such as starvation and the long-term effects of freezing, etc., can lead to special condition called exhaustion. It's measured in 6 levels. Second level being speed being halved, and disadvantage on ability checks. If an already a creature suffers from the an effect that removes exhaustion reduces its level as specified in the effect's description, with all exhaustion effects ending if a creature's exhaustion level is reduced below 1. Finishing a long rest reduces the creature's exhaustion level by 1.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay then. Yeah, I mean, I would just kind of like rush over to Auburn. And Auburn, can you stand, or are you like dead to the world, like unconscious?
So as he's conscious and not really moving, but his mace is on the ground next to him. His shield's still connected to his arm. His holy symbol's in his hand, and he's kind of mouthing a prayer as he holds his holy symbols. He doesn't have the strength to say it out loud. And then it begins to glow. I cast Cure Wounds on myself at second level.
Yeah.
So that gives me 19 hit points back. I rolled an 8 and a 7. So I'm at 27.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, go. So I was just gonna say, like, as I like walk over there, I'm assuming that Noah's like right beside me. We just kind of like I put my shoulder on Auburn. Like, we need to get out of here. Let's go. They're probably onto us by now. We don't have much time.
Yeah. Need to go to the Nymmurh. Not Nymmurh.
So as if you were almost in this kind of dazed state, and as you say his name, his draconic eyes open and blink slowly again. And he approaches you. Boom. 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 Slowly. It almost in a crawling fashion. His impressive frame turns feeble in an instant, and he collapses before you. His limbs are marred by chains, and a wound on his abdomen oozes with blood. Though his breaths are labored, he speaks. Please, save my children.
Your
Would we have any idea what he's talking about when he says children? Like, do we know that they're like eggs somewhere?
So,
because I think that was a cutscene. I don't think
Uh-huh,
our characters know.
right. Feel free to ask.
Yeah,
I was just asking
Yeah.
if we had prior knowledge.
I mean,
yeah,
no.
Okay, I was just making sure.
children. What do you mean, your children?
The eggs on the altar.
On the altar, okay. And I guess he'd look up. The altar's just across the room, right?
Yeah, it's all the way south, up, like a flight or two of stairs.
Okay.
Forgive my brevity. I am weak. His eyes are closed, but he continues to breathe.
Yeah, I can see that. And Noah would kind of shift the weight, or more of the weight, on Tristana, or for Vobrin. And like, I don't know if like first aid will work on a dragon, but get on that. I'll be right back.
She kind of nods and kind of like puts her head over that way, like go get him.
Yeah, and as at this point, as Noah starts walking over there, he didn't realize that he still had an Acorus out and drawn. He just kind of looks at the blade for a second, sees it shimmer, and then kind of like shakes his head and puts it back into its sheath, and it begins to just begins to head over to the eggs.
Okay.
Briskly.
So, there are lots of items on the altar, one of which is a large charred chest, marred by claws and centuries old. It sits atop the unholy altar.
How big
It
is
is,
this
however,
chest?
How big
Sorry,
is the chest?
Yeah, sorry, I thought you were done.
No, it's fine. How big is the chest? I mean, it's big enough to hold more than one dragon egg. That's probably, how big would a dragon egg be? Yeah, yeah. I mean, pretty big. Maybe 1.5 feet tall.
All right. And so Noah would just begin looking around, maybe for a key, but he'd probably think the mage probably had the key. All right. And if he didn't see anything while he's just looking around, he would get out his thieves' tools, because he'd assume this thing is locked.
Mm-hmm. It is indeed locked by a mechanism, but there is no keyhole. It is locked, by a mechanism consisting of gemstones that can be rearranged. They are emerald, diamond, ruby, onyx, and sapphire.
So yeah, Noah just blinks. Do these? I mean, he knows what the gemstones are, but did they mean anything to him?
I don't know.
Yeah, just apart from the mechanism. I don't know. Would that be an intelligence check? Is this like lore based or something?
Yeah, you can. Well, yeah, that's fine. Or some kind of. I mean, there's. I'm not just leaving you in the cold here. There are clues. You just have to ask me where you look.
Okay. All right. So I'm up there. I just see the gemstones are just on the altar. I mean, is there anything else like of note around it?
Yeah. There's a lot of things on the altar. If you want to write these down, because there are a lot of things that look valuable on the altar as well.
Opening up my notepad.
Okay. There is 3 pounds of ceremonial herbs in a bag, or if you want to think of it as 3 bags, it's fine. Worth 225 gold pieces in totality. There is a blood-stained silver ceremonial dagger with an onyx pommel that is worth 650 gold pieces. There is an ornate onyx-studded chalice. It contains a thick black liquid. The chalice is worth 750 gold pieces. There are 5 gem-encrusted candle holders. The flames still lit on the candles. There are... Oh, and those are sapphire, onyx, ruby, emerald, and diamond. And there are... That'll be 3. There are 3 black pearls worth 500 gold pieces each. Oh, I should say the 5 candle holders are worth 180 gold pieces each. There is an ivory bottle stopper set, including mortar and pestle, worth 375 gold pieces. And a cloth of gold embroidered gloves. Cloth of gold being gold is stitched into these gloves. Cloth of gold is like cloth dash of dash gold. And those gloves are worth 1,100 gold pieces. So that's what you see on the altar. It is a large altar. You know, think Skyrim style, massive altar with lots of things on it.
And I'm were these candles just kind of strewn about, or were they in any particular order?
They were definitely in an order,
Okay.
in a pattern.
Is that sapphire, onyx, ruby, emerald, diamond?
Indeed.
Right. And so, yeah, so no, it'd just be like a... So there's a puzzle lock on this chest. I think I know what the order is. And normally these things are kind of messy if you get them wrong, so... yeah, at least you two know me. And he'd put it in that order on the chest.
It unlocks.
Be like, and he nailed it, and he'd open it. He'd open it.
Inside this charred chest are 3 large dragon eggs covered in bronze scaling. One of the eggs, you notice immediately, has been cracked and broken open, and a dragonling fetus lies there, dead. The other two, however, are still warm.
All right. And he frowns, seeing that one of them is dead. But he would, if he could, he would still pick up all three.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be a kind of a task, but you could do it.
Noah's pretty acrobatic. I think he's got it.
Well, I mean, they're probably 25 pounds or so each.
Or no, I meant walking down the stairs.
Oh.
and not dropping.
Please.
Yep. And so he's just kind of carrying them, and like Noah's got a 13 strength. I think he's all right carrying 75 pounds. Might be kind of awkward. He's probably carrying them like this, but he'd be walking down, and he probably he just bring him over. And I'm pretty sure anyone, like if you're looking, I'd just be kind of like eyeing the broken egg with the fetus as I'm walking over there before I get into like Nymmurh's field of view. Like looking at Tristan and Auburn, like.
I mean, aren't his eyes closed? I'm just saying.
Whatever.
What I think you're fine. You're fine. Tristan is totally oblivious to you. She's only concerned with Auburn. Oh,
hey,
Auburn, you okay?
Hey,
what?
Fire Queen over here.
What do you? Okay, I go over there and I pick up the egg. What do you want to do with it?
I'm just motioning towards the dragon fetus, like, you're better with words than I am. Maybe you could blah, blah. And
she shrugs to you, unsure of what you want her to do about the dead dragon fetus.
Okay. You know what? All right. And Noah just bring it around in front of Nymmurh.
He's probably not gonna make it. Just saying so.
Yeah. So. They're only two of them made it. I'm sorry. And he kind of like put the eggs down at Nymmurh's.
Was inevitable. Thank you.
This is.
And he lets out a dragon-sized sigh, and there is not another breath for what seems like a very long pause. And then he resumes breathing. If you were to check the remaining guards in the area, you would find 120 gold pieces. And if you were to check Cyanwrath's body, you would find well, the dice tell it, 500 gold pieces. And ooh, this is the fun part for me. The first roll is why? Why are you in at 20? Why do you want to give them powerful items?
In my
Roll a
game.
20 on my own table. Select one powerful magic item. Freaking great. Now I don't know which one to give you. Okay, what does he have? Crap. Shoot.
Acris's little brother, Bakris.
Bakeris? What does it make? Croissants?
It's a dagger.
Lawful good croissants.
You're lawful.
It's his naughty little brother. He makes neutral evil croissants.
For an hour.
Oh man, I was just gonna go for chaotic good croissants, but dang, we're going all the way.
Lawful neutral croissants?
Oh no.
You may only eat me on Tuesday.
They make you lawful neutral for an hour. Or lethal or whatever.
Oh my gosh, I need to write. It's freaking.
Like, I see you eyeing me. Don't do it. Beat me up. You don't eat me on Tuesday. I'll get indigestion. Real bad indigestion.
Forgive me. I'm gonna spend a second and see if this pays off for y'all. Let's select rare. Oops.
I was hoping for a legendary.
No.
It's a nat 20 though.
Nope. Frick. The real question is, what would he actually have on him? Oh my gosh.
Great sword, the spear.
Oh, well, I mean, if you want me to like jump ahead, I can do that too.
Oh no, I was just.
Too late, jumping ahead. So on Cyanwrath, he has a +1 greatsword named Azul. It is a 19 to 20 crit, and its pommel is made of dragon bone and inlaid with lapis lazuli. Did you get that?
Yeah.
And the other item, what is that? A 4. The other item is a, oh, what do you know? You got it in the last one, you get it in this one. It is a Deathbane pendant. And what is notable about this pendant is that this idiot wasn't wearing it.
And written in my notes.
Deathbane pendant.
It's almost as
Idiot.
if it were.
Wasn't wearing it.
It's almost as if it were like mixed into the bag of gold.
All right.
Is that something you created?
Yes.
Google has nothing for me.
Look at you trying to meta my magic items.
Uh-huh.
Man, shoot.
Was the Deathbane in that 20?
No,
Oh, okay.
that was another item from my list. This is hard, guys. Why do I roll? Why? Because like it's like a powerful magic item that he didn't use in combat, right?
Yeah.
So it's hard.
Instead of looking for one powerful, just roll twice.
Nope. You know why he lost it? You know why he lost the Deathbane pendant?
Because it was covered
Because he had a bag of holding. That is the item that he had.
The legend's true. Do they really exist?
That's also why he was able to carry 500 gold pieces and
Alright.
not be encumbered. Or like be able to not clink everywhere.
Alright. Sounds good.
Alright. Now that that little hiccup's over. Not my intention. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry, because y'all got rewarded. Yes. Yes. Okay. We good.
Remind me, or actually, Noah would. I'm gonna be, or just be standing over Cyanwrath's body, one fist clenched, looking down at him, and he would ask, "What did old Tarbaugh say? He wanted us to do with? You want us to bring him back? Just kill him? What? I forget." Tarbaugh's the governor, by the way. We forgot.
Indeed. It would seem that your allies don't remember either.
Yeah.
I think
DM.
sufficient enough.
Do I know?
Yeah, do you know?
Tarball wanted you to go after them to find information about their leaders and what they're planning to do. That's what he planned to pay you for.
Okay.
Mission accomplished.
All right.
I rolled a 17 medicine to see how bad shape Nymmurh is.
To see how bad of shape he's in.
I don't know dragon anatomy very well, but I'm trying my best.
I mean, he's pretty much at like the 1 HP mark.
I cast a 2nd level Cure Wounds.
Okay. You gonna learn today?
An 8 and a 2, so he takes 14 hit points back. So now he's at 15.
Okay. So I would like to see this as and sorry whether or not you see this like this, but when he kind of paused after his deep sigh, I see Oberyn kind of placing his healing hands on Nymmurh near his wound and his respirations continuing.
Nymmurh, can you get us out of here?
There is a way. And after he says this, you can tell that he's really struggling to kind of grasp something deep inside. This kind of magic. Purple lightning flashes in the dragon's eyes as they open, and it flickers down his scales. Its monstrous claws begin to dull, and its draconic features become smooth before you. His frame shrinks slowly, and his scales meld together, replaced by bronze skin. Before you lies a human male with violet eyes and black hair. His arms and legs scarred by the markings of chains, and a wound on his abdomen oozes blood.
Yeah, so I'd like to think, because Noah was looking down at Cyanwrath, and as soon as Auburn asked the question, he'd be as he begins turning, he'd be like, "Yeah, I figure a pretty big guy like you get down here, we can get out somehow." Where's the dragon? Or Nymmurh? Who's this guy?
It appears we're taking the front door out.
That doesn't answer my question.
And he points to
Everybody walks out.
he points to the guy.
What?
There's a nod of solidarity between all three of us as we all nod, look to you, and then just turn away and walk away. That's what happens. That's meta.
The human is kind of like, sprawled out on the ground, kind of how the dragon would have been, lying there, breathing slowly.
Well, all right then.
I help the guy up, even though I'm not much use in doing so.
Yeah, so he accepts your help. And he says, "Listen, they must not know. Tell them my name is Orion, prisoner in Tethir."
Prisoner what?
A prisoner from Tethir. Tethyr.
The name's Orion?
Right, Tide?
Have we heard of a place called Tethir before? Or is it like well known
Yeah,
amongst people, or is it like a
might-
foreign away land that no one really knows?
It's a land that's pretty far south. It's south of Am. Yeah, like it's a long way away.
So,
Okay.
as he says this, I nod to him and I take my backpack off my back and I dump its contents out. And I kneel down to take the eggs and place them gently in the backpack. And as I get to the third egg, I kind of look at him on if he wants to take this one with him too.
No. Cast it into the pit.
So he closes the backpack and buckles it and hands it to Nymmurh. And does as he asks.
Yeah, he has trouble standing on his own.
What a coincidence.
Yeah.
We stand on each other.
Throw into the pit, huh? That's a good idea. And Noah would begin dragging Cyanwrath's body to the pit, and he'd kick it over.
And after a long drop, there's a thud and a splash.
Good fucking riddance. Okay, you were pretty vague about how you were going to get out of here. I mean, I know the one way. Wouldn't be surprised if people are streaming in there right now. There's a pretty big earthquake. Probably heard it. Any ideas? Other than run?
We can't exactly run. You can scout it out for us.
Yeah. Well, okay. That's the default. I was just, anyone else? Anything else? He'd kind of be like, okay then. And he'd go scout things out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once you reach the door, you realize it doesn't want to budge.
Oh, great.
As if the ceiling itself was not in its proper place, like it was when the door was operating correctly.
Guys, slight problem. The ceiling giving way a little bit. The door doesn't exactly want to open or cooperate, and I'd rather not try and strengthen it because I'd rather not have the ceiling fall on our heads, which is kind of what I thought was going to happen anyway. But yeah, just trying to avoid that. Okay, and I'd begin like going around the room. I just pretty quickly just like looking for like any way out. Just like scouring the walls, looking up, any entrances, cracks, holes in the ceiling. I don't know, anything.
You don't find anything.
Okay.
I look to Orion and see if he has anything. Seems like he's been here for a while.
I have no memory of how I arrived in this place.
Well, either that wizard shrunk you, or there's some other way to get out. Okay. Is that door the only way out? Then? Guys, help me here. I'm the only one that's been looking. Like, come on. Like, words. Speak. Come on. Talking about you, Fire Queen.
Rip.
You see Auburn and Orion just leaning against each other. If one of them were to move, they'd both fall.
Rip.
Double rip.
Triple rip, because he has no idea what's going on.
He usually doesn't.
Like negative rip at this point.
I'm not even convinced he can hear us.
Me neither.
He's just looking off into the distance.
Into Chris's eyes.
Yep. You know he has a girlfriend, right?
Never selflessly before.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, I mean, at this point, I've already scoured the room and checked everywhere for a way out. You said, right?
Indeed.
Yeah. Okay. So if no one else has any bright ideas, then probably going to have to try and brute force that door open and hope it doesn't crash in on our heads.
15 investigation to see where they would hide a trap door or something.
If there were a trap door, Lenin would have showed it to you.
Oh, God. I pull out my maps.
Oh yeah, we kind of had that.
Nope, there's nothing.
Yeah, all right. Unless last resort, Tristana got any magical hoo-ha?
It's female, so.
Wesley, is your mic working?
Nothing is working.
Oh my
He muted
goodness.
us, Molly.
Yeah, it muted it on his end. And then apparently he also turned off all the audio or something. I don't know. Alright, I just read on his lips, see you, Chris.
Hello.
Aha! Our vacant
guys.
member returns!
Return.
Hey. So we're trapped. Sorry, there was a thing. That, yeah. What's going on?
Yeah, so the last thing Noah asked was, you got any... So, we're either opening the door and risking the ceiling caving on our heads, or you got some kind of magical hoo-ha that can get us out of here somehow.
There's no, like, windows. We're underground, right?
Yeah.
I was like, Auburn's looked at the map, I've scoured the place, and we couldn't find anything. And Orion, does not know the way out.
Alright, well. I could just launch like a firebolt at the door, see if that would open it, or if it would like budge, if that's what you were asking. But other than that, I don't really want to race to fireball on it unless we have to. Just in case we run into anything outside. I mean, so like when you open the door, they just didn't move or it didn't click or what?
When I went to open the door, the ceiling had basically like shifted to where it's like preventing it from opening.
So it's like you couldn't even push it open because it was just like there's just stuff on the other side.
Yeah, Logan, this door, we push to get in here, right? Or did we pull?
You pushed.
Pretty sure we pushed.
Push. Okay, so we'd have
Did you
to
try
pull the door.
pulling it?
I just said I was going to open the door and it didn't budge. So. Okay.
So I mean, when you pull it, it just doesn't move at all. Like I'm kind of confused about like what you think that I can do to like make a door. I can mage hand and try to pull it open, but other than that,
So when I was asking about the magical hoo-ha, this is Noah talking. I meant because you're like looking at him like, well, what do you want?
Yeah,
something like that. And I'm like, when I said that, I meant if there was a way, I don't know, mages can teleport, and you like awoke, whatever that was. You were kind of badass. I don't know. Maybe that did something.
I don't think. One second. Let me read Misty Step.
You have to see the location.
Yeah. Okay. So that's not gonna work.
Okay. Brute force it is then. That's what I'm great at.
Yeah, I'm looking at my spells and I don't really see anything that's. I can detect thoughts.
So we didn't find a helm of teleportation.
Aw.
Oh yeah, that was the magic item Cyanwrath had.
Oh, thanks.
Okay.
Have you tried looking at the ceiling to see if there's like, I don't know, something obvious that's like preventing it from opening or something? Because I don't understand how the ceiling shifting would, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just kind of confused about what's going on.
The ceiling is holding the door closed. It shifted into the way of the door opening.
So like, there's stuff on the other side of the door. Like, I'm just kind of confused.
On the inside of the door, the ceiling is like down a peg, preventing us from pulling open the door.
Okay.
Like it's in the way.
This is
You
not a
tried pushing
puzzle.
up on the ceiling?
I just want all of you to know it is not a puzzle.
I'm letting them do this. I can't solve all their problems.
This also
Okay.
happens to be your problem, but okay.
The tree is out of commission right now.
Okay. And that's what Noah says. Tree's out of
I'm
commission.
gonna walk over to the pit, and
No,
I'm gonna
no,
launch.
help me. No, come over here. You're helping me.
Just wait a second. I just want to see where this goes. I'm gonna walk over to the pit, and I'm just gonna firebolt down into the pit so I can just see for how long it goes, and just see what's on the bottom of the pit. Okay. Firebolt down into the pit. What happens?
It goes down about 60, 75 feet, and your firebolt is extinguished in the pool of blood at the bottom.
And in that moment, did I see anything down there?
I don't know. Maybe you should do it again.
Okay. I'm gonna cast light down at the bottom so I know where the bottom is now. Onto a dead body down there. Boom. Cast light. What do I see?
Are you ready for this? Are you ready
Right,
for
fine.
what
I'll
you see?
time it this way. Throw a firebolt as soon as the light explodes and I can see a dead body. I light the body, and then that way.
Are
I
you
can
ready?
see-
Are you ready for what you see?
Yes.
This will be the most enlightening experience of your life.
I'm sure it will be.
You see
All right.
dead bodies.
There's no like grates or anything like that.
Nope.
No grates. Okay. Well, that was my only ace in the hole, guys. I thought there was gonna be like some weird sewer pipe, you know. I don't know. Like, cause who just has a pit
Logan's
that doesn't
just
go
like-
anywhere? You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it has to either be like a drainage thing, or like there's something else down there. It doesn't make any sense just to have like a pit.
It was like a blood ritual thing. Anyway,
There's still gotta be some drainage or something.
Logan's just like, why is it taking them 10 to 15 minutes to strength check the door?
No, I'm not. No.
It's a pull.
Okay, come here. You're helping me.
I'm not gonna touch the door.
You are giving me the
8 strength.
You are giving me
What
the
do you
fucking
want from
help
me?
action, whether you like it or not. Come over here.
What do you like? Massage your shoulders while you pull on it or something? I'm helping.
Maybe that'll work. Come over here.
This is so meta.
You want to be trapped down here for all of eternity?
Okay,
With me?
fine. I'll pull on it. Fine. Where are my
I'm not
nails?
asking you to pull on it. I'm just asking you to help. Whatever. Okay, let's go.
I don't even know what to do.
Okay,
I
you're
rolled a
giving me
6.
the help.
My help fails you. I fail to help you.
You don't need to roll for a help action.
You have to roll above a 10 for the help action to succeed. That's a rule.
Do you?
I'm not even joking. That's a rule. I tried. She walks away.
Okay.
I guess I can indefinitely try to help you.
Okay,
This is the
Logan.
dumbest thing.
Here's the strength check of Noah's life.
Roll a 3.
All right, so that's an 8.
All right. So you pull against the door. It doesn't budge. Try
Can I
again.
use my aura protection to help him with this?
I rolled a 13 this time, so
That
I
was
guess
that
you
was
can-
an that was an unnatural 20 strength check.
That was an unnatural 20 strength check.
Yes.
Yeah.
The large obsidian door grinds against the stone floor as you force it open. A final budge allows enough room to escape. This budge, however, does more than simply open the door.
Oh no.
From within the cathedral, the ceiling begins to collapse. Run.
Okay, to the gap now.
Mind the gap.
Do whatever the gap. Just go.
We all run through the gap.
Run, fucking
I'm gonna roll
follow
for
me.
it.
Want to roll for who goes first?
Oh, very good. Yeah,
Alright.
it's okay.
So, if y'all remember the cave, there was like an antechamber, and then remember the kind of like the little bridge, right? That went over to the Kobold barracks. Indeed. So as you make your way out of this chamber, the entire eastern half of the cave, the direction that you came in, has completely collapsed in, and there's not a soul around you. And the cave is doing this low rumbling, grinding sound.
Yeah, and so Noah immediately seeing the cave-in on the side that he was immediately going to go to try and get out, he's like, "Oh God, this isn't happening. This isn't happening. This is happening." Okay. Go. Okay, we're going left.
All right.
And I don't know, Noah, because he'd immediately noticed that Auburn and Orion can like barely move, so I guess he'd be like trying to help them along as fast as he could.
Right.
Which part of the cave was collapsed?
The area that you came in, the area with the meat locker, the area with the Drake pit,
Gotcha.
all of that.
But we have a way out. We can still cross the bridge, or
Yeah, the bridge is not collapsed, but basically, yeah, you have a way towards the mushrooms and the entrance of the cave.
Yeah, so if I recall from the map on the left, there was some kind of grate or just something that on the left, like immediately to the left of the room that we were in.
Yeah, there was like a chute that goes up.
It goes up.
Yeah, like it leads here.
Oh, okay. From the map, do we know where that leads? Did the map?
Yeah,
tell us
so
where
it
that
leads into basically like the bed chamber of like Cyanwrath and Mondoth. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, so Noah, that option would just kind of flash through his head for a second, like, nope, can't do that. Okay. And he just, like I said, he'd just be moving forward, I guess, across the bridge, trying to get to the other side. And for once in his life, he's not really caring about stealth right now, because the whole cave is still crumbling, right? Or rumbling. Right. Yeah. Okay, come on. Gotta go. Come on. Almost there. Come on.
All right, so I'm trying to find basically the map since this is like difficult. And I don't see the link.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the layout since I spent like an hour in there. But
well, frick, I just put Because I didn't send it last time. What's the little Google thing?
Google Drawings. You shared it with us.
Yeah, like a long time ago, because I'm not seeing it.
Share it with me. Cult of the Dragon Queen. Yeah, so I think you put you put the old, or you like put the new map on top of the old one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm like moving
Well,
things.
can you just like link us to it?
Yeah, or
Okay.
how do I edit? Share. White cap.
There's not like a link.
Get shareable link. Okay. I'm in a cave that's about to crash. Oh. Right, there you go.
I mean, like you can't just send in the group me.
Can y'all not open it from the chat?
I did.
Oh, I didn't know that you put it in the chat.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna like move myself.
What is this? Oh, the black squares that I had. Need any of this?
We are in room 9, right? Moving towards that bridge. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So like,
I guess we'll make Nymmurh's like a little bit smaller and put it over there.
so like all of that
Yeah.
is like blocked off.
Yeah. Like, oh, awesome. No way down. Okay. He'd be looking, I guess, like immediately. Then he'd be looking to the right to see if the rubble like slanted downward. Like maybe we could just like jump on that and kind of slide down it, or work our way down it, or something like that.
Yeah, you could definitely try that.
Yeah. All right, but I'm like holding Auburn, or like helping him move, like something like that. So you're pretty freaking heavy.
Just a tad.
Yeah. So I don't know, maybe like an acrobatics at disadvantage or something.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I still have the D4. What was that? Okay. Okay. So okay, Burden. So with disadvantage, that was a 19.
All right.
Okay.
Stop. All right. You got that 19.
I rolled a 14 for 16 for acrobatics. If we're all doing
Okay.
it.
All right, sweet. Yeah, that for show will get you down.
All right.
That'll do.
Yeah. Were you taking Orion with you?
I guess. I just assumed he was walking on his own
What?
since he was healed up.
Oh, you rolled a disadvantage to go with him.
Yeah.
Oh, that was for Auburn.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like get him down, and then I don't know. I
Okay,
would
well,
like.
with disadvantage, I rolled a 14.
Oh, sweet.
Okay.
Then yeah, you can definitely take him down.
Okay, good. I was about to do some climbing and leaping. back onto the bridge.
All right. So you have made it down.
I'm doing like my little half screen thing. All right. Yep. So we're down, moving everything. All right. So yeah, and then Noah, as we're moving through here, he'd be like, "Don't touch these. Just don't." And he'd just be booking it
Yeah.
until like something came across to where he couldn't move forward, basically.
Yeah. So as you're moving forward, there is debris and other nonsense falling from the ceiling of this cave, like some little bitty tiny things and some much larger, like crack your skull in things.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna let those who are carrying people make dexterity saves versus the falling rocks.
Just regular deck saves.
Yeah.
Right. So that's a 19 for me.
Okay.
And a 15 for me.
All right. So yeah, I want you to imagine that one arm, helping the other person, and you are accurately able to see the obstacles ahead of you and move around them. And
yeah,
what?
like I like maybe like
Leave.
I like to just like maybe think we're just moving forward. They're just small stuff that hit my shoulder. I like jerk over to the side as a large boulder like falls down to the ground.
Yes.
Just to his right, and then immediately step forward, jerk back as another one falls. Kind of go over that quickly, and just a bunch of that.
Precisely. The entire cave is collapsing. Etc., etc., etc.
Meanwhile, Tristana's token is oblong.
That's hilarious.
How?
Okay.
Ryan here.
The final plot twist.
The final. So yeah.
Yeah, so you turn around and Auburn is missing.
Nope. I'm carrying him. Nope. None of that.
All right, well, I can't do anything until he's back.
Dang.
Do you guys
Just
all just want to
saying.
take a break? Like, go grab some food. Grab
I mean,
some
you do
to
that if you
drink?
want.
All right,
I'm
we'll
gonna go
go
to
do
the
that. Hey, Emily.
Hola.
Good to see you again.
Mm-hmm.
Is Logan here?
Hmm.
Guess we can't talk mess about you now. Darn it.
Hmm.
Not like it'd be recorded for posterity anyway.
Mm-hmm.
God, I hate him so much, right? Yeah. And so I'm just kind of like looking at you, Molly, like, yep, I agree with you. Yep. All right. We do that just because, I don't know, there's not really much I can say, really. You know what I mean? So, I'm sorry, man. You're leading the party really well, though. Good for you.
Mm-hmm.
And Ryan's kind of checked himself out with 2 levels of exhaustion.
Yeah. And then I have an 8 strength, so, like, what do you want me to do with the door? Use the
That help action.
No, it's like, that's so meta. And then carrying Nymmurh the dragon as a human with me, with, like 120-pound girl. Okay, I guess we jump together.
He's just an average sized male.
But still, he's like, what, 150, 160? Let's just say that Tristana skips leg day quite chronically.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Send Ryan a sad face.
He said that almost 10 minutes ago.
Well, comedy hour. I guess let's fill the space of time in which Tristana and Noah have been talking in character, but we've neglected. So, let's see.
Something along the lines of, help me the F out with this door,
Oh, no.
you stupid slut.
Yeah. Also, something along the lines of, take a step right now.
Oh, yeah.
Are you sure
No,
you know
don't
where you're
walk.
going?
Don't walk forward. Oh my. Do you want to live?
I'm
That's a
sorry.
good-
Are you trying to die?
What do you expect me to do to help you open the door? You mean to just, go, Noah. There you go. Help action succeeded.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
DM approves.
Boom.
I made use of my Subway coupon today. 2 footlongs for $11.99.
Why do you need 2 footlongs?
Because I was
It's a
working
question
on a
Molly
paper
has
all
not
day.
asked himself. Did you get a birthday cookie?
No.
I'm gonna give you a cookie for a birthday.
I kind of overdosed on cookie yesterday, so
I still can't believe you ordered an entire one.
I thought it was a
You were
mini.
getting one for free, and you ordered another one. Like, I think you need to stop and ask yourself, like, what are your values in life?
To everyone watching, this is at BJ's to get a Pazuki. I thought that I was going to get a mini, so I ordered another one, but they gave me a
Even if you're
regular
going to get a
one.
mini.
Yeah, like, why isn't that enough? I don't understand.
Because Pazuki.
No.
Oh, come on. We go to BJ's like 3 times a year.
Why is it the designated birthday place?
I don't know.
Oh.
I like Connor likes it because it's like a brew house. I like it because it was a brew house and we all went for like our 21st birthdays. And I don't know. It's just a nice selection. It's pretty expensive, but kind of upscale, you know? I don't know.
Ryan Jack.
I'm going to the new Outback though this year for my birthday. The one that just opened up right next to my house.
Your dad is in love with Outback.
I
He has
know.
your dad has an unhealthy relationship with Outback.
It was like that
It's like-
lamb chop with mushroom sauce or something.
Your dad straight up orgasmed in front of all of us.
I know.
In front of all of. Oh, this is so good! It's so good. Even my mom was like, "Is he okay?"
Yeah,
So
that
funny.
was an interesting
Never seen your dad do
meal. Anyway, so back to almost dying by crushing under rocks.
It's like, don't worry,
that.
Ryan.
Auburn, not you, the club foot now.
Well,
So nothing changes.
Truly.
It's the
yeah,
six.
I got you out of there, man. I got you out of there.
With my aura protection, I bet.
I forgot to add that. I still got you out.
I don't
You
need
roll
your
your-
God's protection.
Did you roll your extra D4?
That was a saving throw.
What? Oh, is it for like skill checks or something?
Yeah.
Whatever, same thing.
I think you have to get married for saving throws.
Oh.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, Tristana.
Oh.
I wouldn't say no.
Oh. All right. Back into the action.
The card or Auburn.
Moving on.
Auburn's pulling a Drew.
Who's Carthron?
Auburn's pulling a true. Okay, with that over, you emerge from the cave
And surrounded by.
to widespread melee.
Yes.
Cries of battle resound within the stony outcropping. For greenest! Blue and green tunics have filled the camp, meeting the cultists and mercenaries in brutal combat, many with wounds still bandaged from the defense of their beloved town. It would seem that Lenon's message had reached Greenest in time. However, the odds are not in their favor. The enemy was surprised, but their forces are greater in number, and your allies' advantage cannot last. So, let me just say, this die roll should scare you. Okay. But first, Auburn. It is midday when you emerge, and the warmth of the sun invigorates you. You are rejuvenated. You are restored 1 level of exhaustion. You may spend any number of hit dice immediately.
All of them.
Your divine spell slots are replenished. And from this point forward, whenever you are in sunlight, your proficiency bonus is increased by 1 point. You may also cast daylight once per day, which activates this effect.
And
I kind of imagine there's a visual, like because I'm the one that's carrying you. Like as we're like coming out and we just see all this. I mean, my eyes are greeted to this immediately, and I don't really know how to feel this battle. I'm about to go, and it's like, all right, Auburn, can you? And then I'm like partially blinded by you. I imagine that you're just absolutely radiant right now.
yeah, give me 1 sec. Let me do some hit point calculating.
And I am going to add the image of the canyon.
Oh, to the Google drawing.
Yeah, figured it'd be easier that way.
Yeah.
I used every single hit die. Alright. So, as we leave this cave, Noah carrying Auburn, you feel the weight of Auburn. You almost feel it's like he's being lifted off of you by the warmth of the sun. And when you look over, you see his whole symbol glowing brighter than ever before. His eyes are closed and his wounds are rapidly healing and the bleeding has stopped all over. I'm not sure what else. It's like you can tell the exhaustive state he was in is now not as bad. As he looks for the mace that he has on his person somewhere. Is now carrying his shield properly, so his arm dangling at his side.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's at this point that Noah, I'm seeing you standing up, rejuvenated in the light of the sun. He doesn't like think the name. He doesn't like think the name Auburn, but he truly sees you as a son of the sun at this moment.
He takes it, and as you're looking at him, he's taking this deep breath. His breathing has been shallow, not well, but now he's taking this deep breath, filling his lungs and getting the oxygen back into his system. They need our help. And he starts to move forward without any assistance from you.
Yeah, no doubt. And he'd go into battle mode, but I'll wait till everything's situated.
And after he says that, and he takes a couple steps, and he stops and turns back to look at Orion, and takes the +2 halberd that he has from before and tosses it his way just in case.
Okay.
Did my lay on hands?
Basically, he takes the halberd and uses it to lean up against, and hangs back up against the cave wall.
Just to defend himself.
Yeah, the jaunt from the cathedral to out of the cave, he's completely short of breath. So each of these shapes are 20 troops. The green being the troops of greenest.
Okay. Do I have my lay on hands back?
Yes.
Okay. How many hit points are you down, Noah?
Oh, good question. 23 or 27, 28, 28.
Are you sure?
There's a correct number in there somewhere. Yeah, it's 28.
Knowing that Noah's going to be up front in this, and he says, "Let's get going." He stops to throw the halberd back, and as Noah catches up to him, he places a hand on Noah's back. The Lord guide us through this, and we'll survive, as well as the citizens of Greenest, and he gives you back your entire hit pool. max HP.
Right. Alright, and Noah immediately pulls out Icarus. And I would imagine that its light is almost blinding. Having received this aid from Mr. Son of the Sun here.
Okay. So I kind of laid it out in like a almost like a battle formation. You can see like an infiltration and how dangerous of a position the troops of Greenest are in. So there are the three groups in front of you, the ones that are in orange. And this is I'm kind of experimenting with how I want to do this, so this is how I'm going to do it. The one on the top is a group of kobolds headed by a chief. Okay, so that's 18 kobolds and one chief. The group in front of you consists of 10 cultists and 4 arcane acolytes or cult fanatics. And the group to the south consists of 14 mercenaries and 2 bandit captains.
Sorry, could you like click on them? I couldn't see which one they are. Which of the bandit captains? The red ones?
No. No. So each of the shapes on here are essentially 20 pawns.
Okay. Just normal fighting folk.
Right. So these are your troopers from Greenest.
And there are 20 in those as well.
Yes, those are 20, 20, 20, and 20.
Mm.
And these are various groups of kobolds, cultists, and mercenaries.
Then there are 20 in those groups as well?
Yes.
Okay.
These are the ones that are immediately pertinent to you.
Right, okay.
So this is a group of kobolds and a kobold chief. This is a group of cultists, basically cultists. And this is a group consisting of mercenaries.
Gotcha.
So what I want to do is to roll initiative. And I need you to understand that the troops' lives are essentially in your hands.
How do we treat distance, particularly for me for my spells?
I'm not that concerned.
Okay, so I basically just say like hit the middle orange one, then I can hit the middle orange one type of a thing.
Yeah, I'm not. Okay. Yeah, so like just
don't aim for the one that's farthest away.
Yeah, this is just for reference. Like the idea is for you to be looking at these as in these are the ones that are going to be that would care about you. The rest of them are kind of just a visual so you can understand what's going on with the troops riding into the canyon after they rode in and they're fighting basically when you emerge from the cave. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, so as far as like distance or something goes, not whatever you want to do, this is up to you. I've laid it out for you. But like I said, this is, I mean, in a way you can think of it as I don't want to break immersion too much here, but it's kind of a little mini game. So do your worst, as in do your best.
So many mixed signals. Okay.
So I want you all to roll initiative.
Their lives are in your hands, but
right.
It's essentially a mini game. So do your worst by doing your best.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
And if you knew the die roll that I made earlier, you would understand and be in fear for these troopers' lives.
Is there anybody?
What?
Is there anybody that looks like they're like leading the troops, or is it just kind of like all out?
The greenest troops?
No, the camp.
Oh no. Like I said, the red dots are made up sporadically of kobolds, mercenaries, and cultists. What's kind of what's left? What was occupying the camp?
Gotcha.
No big figure stands out.
There aren't any in the yellow groups either.
What?
You said what was the third yellow? The bottom one, right?
The bottom one, yeah, the bandits, the mercenaries.
Gotcha. All right.
Okay. Yeah, so I should go last with that roll.
I doubt it.
Well.
In true paladin fashion, I rolled a 2.
Oh. Well, guess what? I still go last.
I'll take it.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm going first, regardless of anything. I don't know about that, Mole. It's like it doesn't really matter, but I don't know if like initiative counts as like a dexterity skill check, or I think it does.
It basically is.
All right. So yeah, I got a 29 in initiative viewers. Never thought I'd ever see that.
Well, no, I mean, no, it doesn't count. Like, I see what you're trying to say. No, it doesn't count as like a dexterity save. It's initiative. You just add your dex mod.
Okay, 26 then.
All right. Have at it. You are up, and there's a massive melee in front of you. There are lots of bad enemies.
Okay, so immediately before Noah does anything, you go like, "You got a fireball up? Which one?"
Of the groups that were the orange ones, which one was the most numerous? Probably the kobolds, right?
Yeah. So I'll just give you the numbers again. There are 18 winged kobolds and 1 kobold chief, 14 mercenaries and 2 bandit captains, 10 cultists and 4 cult fanatics or arcane acolytes.
Yeah, and just for the purpose of fighting, they're like equidistant between. Like, there's really no like not a huge distance factor between the two. Okay, yeah. So she would just kind of point to the kobolds, and they haven't noticed us yet, have they? Or are they looking at us, or what's going on?
So no, they're not like those groups are more concerned with they don't know exactly how many troops are coming into the camp, and they're more concerned with going forward to stave off the troops, the greenest troops.
So, and Molly, you said which group am I?
Yeah.
What was your question again?
Not to be meta, but the cultists are much more powerful than the kobolds. So at least I'm assuming. So just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was asking.
I would go for the ones that's the most numerous. Just on so that she could do the most damage. But yeah, so she would just kind of look to you and then look at the kobolds and the kobold chief. And she would just, I'll take the kobolds.
Okay.
And you can say whatever you want to back to me if you want to try to convince me otherwise.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd be like, can you do the cultists a little bit meaner? I can.
So we are we've already rolled initiative. I mean,
yeah,
this isn't like sit around all day and talk about what we're gonna do.
I know that was.
It's like your turn.
You know what? I'm gonna force her hand. I'm gonna go over here. And you said there was a leader.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, I'm gonna take from here. I'm gonna take out my hand crossbow and shoot it in the head.
Okay. Yeah, so this is a kobold chieftain if you ever did see one. Bone necklet amulet going on, the headdress and everything. Like this was he was hanging out in the big tent. He's responsible for leading the kobold clan that was helping out the cultists.
All right. So yeah, just gonna go over, peek over on the hut, trying to headshot him here.
All right.
That would be 19 or 19 piercing damage, and I'm gonna use a bonus action. Oh, it was a 19. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna bonus action. Hide.
So that was 19 to hit, 19 damage.
Yes.
Bonus action hide. Got it.
Yes.
Excuse
and
me.
I'll roll the stealth or whatever.
Oh, please roll your stealth.
Inspiration.
Oh, he's gonna use the inspiration on us. What?
I rolled a nat 1. No, thank you. All right. So that's a 24 instead.
Man. I thought I was gonna get to see you for once. Okay. Yeah, so the kobold chieftain is gonna kind of turn around and gather, he's speaking Draconic, so it's really difficult for me to like to do this, but it's like a high-pitched Draconic, so it's like a as he points backwards towards this group of adventurers that just emerged from the cave. Okay. That'll be Tristana.
Okay. So just kind of taking a step back. Tristana kind of sees this battlefield ahead of her and just the stench of death and just everything kind of all taking it in at once. And just kind of deep down inside her, there's this whisper, this kind of nagging scrape of like just a thought, just nudging at her, whispering like, you can still live if you fly away. You can make it out. You just got to run away. You don't care about these people. They don't care about you. Just run away, survive. That's what you do, survive. And she kind of like, just seeing how heavily the battle is unfavored against them, and just seeing how damaged or how hurt we are, and how hurt the people of Greenest are, and they're still fighting. She sees Noah and Auburn, in the distance, just bravely fighting with kind of like this reckless abandonment, knowing they probably won't win, but fighting anyway. And it's just kind of in awe of both the villagers fighting for their lives, even though they're woefully outnumbered, and seeing, like us also woefully outnumbered, damaged, basically at half of our strength, still fighting. And she just kind of closes her eyes and grasps her pendant of Calistria, and she says this silent prayer. And in her prayer, she says, Calistria, goddess of revenge, I pray that our enemies feel your savored sting. And as she opens her eyes blaze with fire, and she lets loose a fireball up her Noah's request at the cultists in their entire. It's basically wherever she can fling the fireball where it exposes maximum damage, is basically where she's going to fling it. And so it's a DC. Let me get to my character sheet so I remember. I think it's 15. Yeah, DC 15 Dex saving throw. So roll damage. Oh, sweet.
Just letting you know, with Elemental Adept, any 1 is treated as a 2.
Okay. 6, 12. I would love if I get to re-roll it, but it's good enough. 12.
Better than a 1.
17, 19. Okay, 19, 21, 23, 28, 32, 34 plus 4. All right, so it's 38 points of damage for those who fail. And it is 17? No. 34, 38 divided by 2 would be 19. Yeah, 19 points for those who save. And the range of the fireball.
What was the half? 19 and
19,
half? So
yeah.
9?
What?
Right? 9 points in half?
No. 38 for those who fail.
Oh, crap.
19 for those who succeed. And the fireball has a range of 20-foot radius, both, so 40-foot diameter left to right, top to bottom. So that should hit everybody in that, depending on how space out there, that probably should hit everybody, and hopefully. So yeah, 38 for those who fail.
I just want to make sure we're on the same page. What do you mean by everybody?
The people in that circle, I would assume they're not like 30 feet apart from each other.
The purple
Not
circle?
like everybody. The entire valley is spewing with fire.
I just want to make sure we're on like the same page.
No, the blue circle.
I mean, that's like meteor
Which
strike.
circle?
Yeah.
The cultists.
Which circle?
The cultist circle.
This circle.
Whichever the cultist circle is, that circle.
Got it. Okay, I just needed to know what their bonuses were for which circle.
Right.
Yeah, it's a DC 15 dex save.
Okay, Wesley, I'm going to be that guy. Did you add your charisma mod?
Yes, I did.
Just making sure.
You meta piece of shit.
Hey, we need to make sure.
Oh, and also if they have resistance, they don't.
Yeah, so I just rolled all 18. I'm sorry, not 18. All 10 cultists. 2 of them saved.
Sweet. Take that, cultists. Yeah, and if they look back, they just see the sorceress blazing fire eyes. She's pissed. But it determined pissed.
Yeah, the cult fanatics, the arcane acolytes, they those are the 2 that saved. I'm sorry, there were 14. So 2 of those. Crap, there's. I'll roll that myself. And one really of the cult, that regular cultist saved. So that's 19 damage.
Yeah, 19 on a fail and 38 on a, or 38 on a fail, 19 on a save.
Okay, the rest of them are obliterated. Yeah, the dragon claws are obliterated. And they're left with two magic users and 1 cultist. That was 11 kills for you.
Yeah, like,
so I
hope
y'all are tallying those.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Molly. Okay.
Oh,
and the other ones, the magic users and the 1 cultist that's left, quickly quench the flames on their robes. All right. Aubryn.
What's this black circle?
The mercenaries.
Gotcha. Being inside.
It
just starts lack of killing mages. I'm gonna run at the 2 mages.
Hey.
Can I make it 2 and then
Yes.
action dash or?
Of course.
What's up?
Of course you can.
Then I do. And I go to smack 1 in the face.
All right. Hits.
And 18 to hit.
And hits. So these cultists have 3 hit points left.
Sweet.
JS.
Did I kill the 2 mages? Or no,
Yes, you
I kill
do.
1 mage and 1 cultist, and I look at the other mage in the eye.
Ah, smart man. Utilizing that.
I get
All
up in his
right.
face.
Now it will be my turn. Okay, so I'm not holding back. I'm doing exactly what I said I was going to do. I'm gonna... As this entire group of kobolds runs at your direction, Aubryn, because they have no idea where the crossbow bolt came from.
Yay.
And the mage cultist kind of looks at you, kind of like a like a wants to do something, but so of course he does. Like any good cult fanatic, he attempts to cast inflict wounds on you.
That's not very nice.
So I'm going to make a melee spell attack against you.
I kill him.
Thanks for that. I was wondering why you were pausing so long.
The 14 hit.
Yep.
I'll take it. I smash
All right.
my mage slaying ability.
Smash that mage. All right, and now I'm going to roll 18. All right, I'll do half of that. 9 individual kobolds that make it to you, and the kobold chieftain. I thought it'd be fun.
I have an 18 AC now.
Oh yeah. One, 2. 2 of them hit you. As this entire, just like, they just mob you. They're little daggers. They're kind of cute. So that's going to be 7 and 6 damage to you, Aubryn.
Rude.
13 points of damage, and then Angana, the kobold boss, who in a deeper voice, Angana is at you. So with a scimitar, he swings. Bada swing. And he hits you twice. For 10 points of damage.
And
He's strengthened by his kobold pack. Okay. The mercenaries don't pay any mind. And join in the fray. All right, so you are up, Noah.
Okay. So all of those red circles up there are just a mix of everything, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Just wondering. Okay. Okay. So I'm looking at this. Where is the kobold chieftain in the midst of all this? Right up on Auburn, right?
Yep. I'm not worried about specifics. Yeah, he's in the mix. Like I said, they kind of just like piled up on Auburn.
All right. And so yeah, Noah comes around the corner and just chides himself in his mind. Is like, you can fight. It's like, oh, come on. It's like, even though we've been together for a little, he's still thinking in those like single-minded tactics. He's still thinking like, oh, I'm alone, even though he's not.
Right.
And so he's chastising himself, realizing that, if him hiding, that basically means the kobolds just all swarmed Auburn. And so he's going to. Okay. And so what he's going to go ahead and do is he's going to come around the corner, take another pot shot at the kobold chieftain.
Okay.
All right, and that's a 16.
Sorry, Molly, that misses.
Does it really?
He is wearing a dragon scale mail. Armor class 17.
I never use inspiration. I'm gonna burn it again. I got 3 of them. All right, so that's an 18 now.
That hits.
All right. All right, so that's a 20 points of piercing to the kobold chieftain.
I'm gonna. As he falls lifeless.
Yeah, and Noah is just like, I'm gonna, and he'll move he'll move right there.
Okay.
Okay, he's gonna be closer than that. He'll be like right there.
All right, so he shouts in this strange, trying to mimic the strange language, and hightails it. Got it. Tristana.
Okay. I'd like to hit the black circle of bandits.
Oh. Okay.
What do I gotta do?
What you gotta do?
I got 150-foot range, and I got 30 feet of movement. Can I hit him?
Yep. Use that. Use that movement.
All right. 30 feet of movement. Close enough. All right. This one's going to be a little bit weird. Going to be a little bit different. So I like to think this is her longest ever fireball that she's ever cast on an enemy. And so what she's going to do with her last fireball spell that she can cast for the day, she's gonna kind of like see the, and I guess they're just going for like the head of the army basically. Like she just saw them just kind of book it, like, up over to the battle. How is that going, by the way? Like, is there anything like?
I'm glad you asked.
Or are they still like running?
So remember when you exited the cave, and it's my fault, but I tried to describe it as these guys were fighting.
I was specifically talking about the mercenaries. Are they in fighting yet?
Oh, no, they just got, so here, look, like they had to move. So if you want to look at them like that.
Okay. I was just curious, just because I didn't want to get anybody in my crossfire.
Oh, no.
Okay. All right. So she's going to kind of put both of her hands together. And it is also important to note that, her majority of her outfit has been either burnt off or has been like acided off. And so you see, or normally, like gloved up or like clothed like hands and forearms. And there's a bunch of ugly scars and disfigurement on her hands. Usually she has enchantment and illusion covering that up, but she's just too magically spent to concern herself with that right now. And she just kind of, I just kind of imagine like a spider spindling type of a thing, but a fire just kind of going around itself. This like kind of like spindle of fire just forming into this like egg shape, this really big egg shape. And she kind of like, like artillery strikes it and kind of like edges it so it's like not just like a straight shot over the ground, but more like a like an arrow, like a swarm of arrows type of a thing, kind of coming down. And she launches this into the sky, and at its apex of its height, it explodes, and you see this swarm of fiery locusts kind of come down from the sky like arrows onto these black, not black, they're not black, they're just the circle's black.
They're black.
Onto these mercenaries of no particular race. And I kind of see it's almost like little fire arrows just kind of coming down, but as locusts, and they'll just, 20 feet this direction, 20 feet direction, kind of coming down like this like huge like circle, like engulfing them almost, and just kind of landing. And so let's roll damage. Shoot. All right. Okay, 6, 9, 12, 18. I'm rolling so well with these. 18, 24, 26, 29, 34, 34 again. So same as last time. 38 for those who fail, a 15 dexterity saving throw, and 19 for those who save. As they are swarmed by fire locusts from the sky, burning the ground and burning clothing and burning through mail, just kind of wiggling their way into this sinewy flesh. In my mind, it's pretty cool.
Oh, that is like beyond cool. Like
you.
I just like, do you know how many spellcasters get to like actually use fireball other than like at a single target or like maybe 2 or 3 enemies?
Seriously.
Okay, so it's B plus. All right.
So yeah, 19 if they succeed, 38 if they fail. It's a DC 15 dex. That's my last fireball, boys. We're on our own.
So many dice. Okay. So 7 of the mercenaries save.
All right, so they take 19.
19. How many hit points do they have? Oh, well. Doesn't matter if they saved all of the mercenaries.
Yeah!
I was hopeful.
Just barely. Okay, yeah, so the 14 mercenaries that were in this radius are like, I imagine like melted one little locust, one little fire arrow at a time as they're just like darted death by 1,000 little fire cuts, and then this massive explosion that follows. But the captains, both of them saved. So they take 19, correct?
Yeah, 19.
Got it. Of course, I imagine them being freaking blown back. So look, they're gonna get really small because there are only 2 of them left. That was fantastic. Like, I legit want to give you a point of inspiration because your spells are so beautiful. But on the I'm gonna give that to you, but it's like I feel weird because this is like what you do to do damage,
Yeah.
So it's like every spell I want to give you a point of inspiration.
Yeah, and I don't even really use inspiration because it's really you rolling dice against me the majority of the time. So it's kind of this weird,
Right.
I got you though. I appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to I just want to throw on there. Logan's not the only one that is amazed with your spell descriptions.
I mean, so just
Thanks, man.
imagine what this would do to the morale of anyone on the battlefield. For the enemy, like seeing just dozens of men just exploding into just non-existence, like, would be completely awesome, like all like terrifying. And to be on the other side, to be, the good guys fighting those enemies and seeing them just explode, like how much of a morale boost that would be. They don't know that's your last fireball, For greenness!
Yeah. Go, buddies, go.
Okay. So, Aubryn.
So, Auburn, being surrounded by these kobolds, he brings his mace back, the tip of it, once again, starting to fill with lightning. And, he's in a position to swing at one of these kobolds, but then he remembers what he did not too long ago in the cave. And he brings his shield up once again and hits his shield with the end of the mace.
Hey.
After he would position himself so that he was surrounded on all sides. And as he hits his shield, the thunder booms and force and lightning and echoes away and envelops these kobolds.
Okay, tell me what happens. Tell me what I need to do.
9. I'm trying to. I want to step up so there's 9 people around me.
Okay.
1 in every box. So, DC 15. Dex save.
Okay. So
No, Constitution saving throw.
Constitution save. Critical failure. Critical failure.
I was really hoping for the third critical failure.
All right. So you can't see this. None of you can. But when you do this, Aubryn, Orion is watching you. Nymmurh is watching you.
Yay.
And forget not where this ability comes from, because he focuses on what's going on in you specifically, and his eyes flash this bright purple when you cast this. So how much, or tell me what you do.
15 if they fail, 7 if they pass. And if
Okay.
they don't die when they fail, they're knocked back 10 feet from me.
Yeah, so these kobolds have 7 hit points.
Right. So
So
all of them are demolished.
every single kobold flies back in kind of like sprawling direction, just every which way, limbs and junk flailing as they're all crack. This thunderous sound blows them away from you.
Noah ducks as a kobold goes flying over his head.
And so, as he does this, he's now blasted them away. He looks at the remaining group as his mace fills again with lightning. And he has this look in his eye that he'll take them out one by one if he has to. But instead he takes off towards the greenest soldiers in the big fight in the middle.
All right. Magic is so epic. Okay.
Call that right
It is
there.
my turn. So, on my turn, Despite their morale boost from the firework display, the greenest troops look worse for wear. The troops are thinning, and the enemy grows nearer to victory. So I just do this so that you can kind of visualize battlefield dynamics. Oops. And yeah, so those are shrinking. And these mercenaries, these bandit captains, now that you have made your way, are going to run at you. And the rest of the kobolds, who were just unganad, want nothing to do with this lightning thunder casting like devil to them, and turn around and charge at you, Noah. Angana! What's your AC? If you're muted,
It's
I can't hear you.
16. I put in.
Oh. All right. So they trounce you. 6 of the 9 hit you. That'll be, what is it, plus? That'll be 4 points of damage, plus 5 points of damage, plus, I rolled 3 ones with this green one, plus 5 points of damage. So 14 points of damage as these kobolds surround you.
All right, I will go ahead and half the 5. So I'll just take 11 instead.
All right. And basically what they attempt to do is jump on you and pull you down. They don't want you to get away. So, just saying, they all gonna however you want to try and not get pulled down. I'm gonna roll.
All right.
I'm gonna roll 4 of their little dexterity checks, their acrobatics or whatever. Athletics. Is it athletics?
If you're trying to pull me down to the ground, then yeah, I think it'd be.
Oh, they're trying to just kind of jump on you and hang on you, so you can't like move.
Either or then. I guess I'll go and roll in acrobatics.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a critical failure.
Hoo! They jump on you. Angana! And you have a pile of kobolds on top of you. Okay. These bandit captains. They're coming after you. Since you in the way of the Fire Queen. Aubryn. Multi-attack! You know what? Screw it. One of them runs up on you, the other one throws daggers at you. Ugh, miss. And he has a +5. Second one hits. Sucker. Not rolling with the green one.
Roll with the green one.
Nope. You take 6 points of damage. And the other one rolls to throw 2 daggers at you. Whoosh, whoosh, with a crit and a 19. Oh, wow. That's, okay. So the crit is going to be 4 plus 3 is 7 plus 3 is 10 plus 4, 5. 15 points of damage.
Yeah.
Got it?
Got it.
Shoo, shoo, shoo. He's pretty good. He's like he's done this before. A couple times. All right. It is your turn, Noah. You have a group of kobolds on top of you.
Mm-hmm. And
I want to poke your eyes out.
yeah, right. And so I'm just trying to think of how I think for once something got the jump on him. I don't know. Maybe he was just distracted by the fireball, distracted by the kobolds flying at him from Auburn's a thunder wave, but he was surrounded, and the route that he tried to take, he was pushed back by a kobold, and they just jumped on top of him. And he just sees he's just thinking, and in his head he sees the gaze, kind of like the mocking gaze of him, the person that trained him, and just like, did you really just let this happen? And the thought is like, I am not gonna go down friggin' under kobolds of all things, and he's gonna try and he's gonna try and get up. I don't know if like bonus action disengage does anything for all this. Probably not. I don't know. Am I prone?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, he just be trying to acrobatics his way out of this if he can.
All right. Let's do it.
All right. So that's a 23 acrobatics.
See if any of them can beat that. Oh, come on! I need a nat 20 to beat this, by the way.
You got like 9
7,
chances.
8. You make it.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Tell me how the F you make it from out from underneath 9 kobolds.
Yeah, and so Noah right here, there's not enough room. These kobolds are grabbing him. He's trying to grab it at short swords, but he can't. He says, "Fuck it," and he grabs 2 daggers from off his chest, and he just slashes up at these things and keeps doing so as he's doing it. In every opening, there's 1 more inch, and he just get farther back, even more slashes, and eventually you just see him hop or jump out or leap out of these kobolds, just looking pissed. Like, okay, and he would look over, and now that he's out of these things, he just say, "Forget these fuckers," and he'd bonus action. Oh, you're kind of on top of me. Oh, there we go. And he would bonus action, I guess bonus action disengage, because if he did anything else, he'd just be swarmed again. And can you make it here to one of the captains?
Yes.
All right. And so yeah, he'd make it out of there and just shoot forward out of the kobold's grasp, dodging hands coming at him, spears, daggers, whatever they have on him, and he'd run up to one of these captains with one of the daggers he has in hand and just try to slam it up into the head through the bottom of the chin.
Before you do that, go ahead.
With a nat 20.
All right, save that nat 20. Before you do that, make 2 dagger attacks versus the kobolds, as in just give me the damage.
Okay.
You know what? Make those. No, go ahead and roll them.
That's a hit.
Yeah.
That's a million, and that's another nat 20.
Okay. All right. So yeah. You almost decapitate 2 of the kobolds in your attempt to get out. So there are 7 left.
Yeah. All right. And so, do you do crits like I do, or we double? I forget.
Don't you take like the max of the die or whatever?
Yeah,
I do it like you.
Okay. As one of the D6s goes flying underneath the frickin'... I don't even know where it went. My D4 apparently went flying too, so I'll re-roll that.
Hopefully you don't step on that.
You're right. Okay, so that is... That is 50 points of damage with a freaking dagger.
My God.
It's crit.
Yeah, and you ran up behind him too. Not like he heard you.
Yeah, just with that, I literally just think I go out through like the base of the head, in through the mouth. You can see the dagger come out, and
Albert, you see this,
and he'd pull it out. And if he can go through, you don't even see any blood like come out. The guy just falls. It's completely seamless. And if he's close enough to the other guy, he'd try and do the same. With his, oh wait, he doesn't have a bonus action. Never mind, he can't do that.
So yeah, the one that threw the daggers is the one that just got a dagger through his neck.
Yeah, and so Noah just look at the other one, like, all right, come on, fucker, bring it.
That was brutal. All right, Tristana. You've got 7 kobolds.
Yeah. Okay. So I would like.
Chief.
We're gonna kind of. Is this okay with you, Molly? Like, kind of retcon, like the beginning of your turn, to kind of incorporate what I'm about to do, because it looks super badass in my mind.
Sure,
okay. So essentially, what Tristana does is she runs up. And can I run within like I want to be like within 5 feet of them?
Oh wow! Yeah, I mean, shoot, this is the charge of Tristana's life.
Okay. All right, so she kind of what she saw from like after she like launched her little locust ball, is that she kind of like out of the corner of her eye saw Carthron kind of go down and see like a bunch of like like a prison shank fight basically, like of them kind of just like stabbing down, and so she kind of like runs, and so she can feel like the heat and like the smoke kind of like just simmering off of her hands, and she can feel like she doesn't have basically like enough, like she can't launch another fireball. She knows that like her hands are on fire. They're literally like the skin is like peeling away and it's just like raw skin. But she sees Noah's in trouble, and so she runs over until she's like within 5 feet of these little tiny dinosaur men. And she hopes, she prays. She knows that Noah can get out of the way, or at least she hopes so. And she kind of puts like her hand like right here, and basically like from like her like little veins, like fire, this like white translucent like her veins kind of goes, and she just kind of, I think this is like when Noah kind of like rips out just in the nick of time, right as she's like powering up this, like he'll get out of the way, he's got to get out of the way, please don't miss, and he finally kind of like spin moves, like slice out of the way. And I kind of see his like like the way it's angled, like he's just out of the way, and we just kind of like I make like eye contact with this is like slow motion, like he's moving faster than the eye can see. He's moving so fast, and cut, and then I kind of like, okay, I can go all out now, and it just kind of resurges from her other arm, and she lets out this blast, this white hot blast that just kind of, in this 15-foot cone, just sends this fire rushing, almost like a force push, just kind of like boom. I just kind of like see like the wind just kind of like zoom forward in front of her, and she lets out like this little burning hand, little fireball, shing, for a grand total of 16 points of damage if they fail, 8 points of damage if they succeed, and it's the same DC 15 dex save.
Well,
and they're kobolds.
They have 7 hit points. So you incinerate the ground, the vegetation, the cobalt, everything in front of you is incinerated.
Yeah, and then I just kind of see like right after that, like the kind of like the smoke clearing and stuff is when like Noah's just kind of like already over there in the blink of an eye and just kind of like dagger through the heart of the other guy. And she kind of lets out a sigh of relief, but also like her hands are like literally like the skin is just like peeled back up like the entirety of like her arm, and it's just like this disgusting, disfigured burn marks, and she's just like nearly exhausted in all of her spells, and she's just like covered in sweat and dirt, and she doesn't know how much more she can take of this, but in the end it was worth it. And yeah, it's the end, and I end my turn.
Indeed, it was worth it. Auburn.
How far am I from like the first or the closest circle, red circle? Like that one.
Excuse me. How far do you want to be?
Up in their faces.
Yeah, I don't really care.
All right, so I got this one bandit or mercenary, whatever he is, in front of me. So so that's my first attack on my attack action. I'm gonna do it to knock him prone.
Okay.
And then leave him for Noah to finish off, and then run and hit someone in the red circle.
All right.
Up and greenest out.
Yeah, as far as like ranges go, I really want this to feel like more claustrophobic or more like of a close battle than like the spread out thing like the map shows. Like, don't pay attention to the little margin on the map.
Gotcha. I'm gonna pull a molly and roll a nat 1 and then use inspiration on it.
Hey, what, you don't want to roll in the fail chart?
I rolled a 2.
Oh no, you pulled a me!
Rolled a 1, used inspiration, rolled a 2.
Well, I mean, I could always roll a 1.
Either way, it's a 9.
Yeah, I did not roll a 1.
Did you roll a 2?
I did not roll a 2. I rolled a 19.
Well, that was worth the shot.
So you don't critically fail, but as you go to push and shove, holding your weapon in one hand and your shield in the other, and push against him, he pushes back.
I claim the critical dagger.
But just go, I got this fucker.
I'm trying to push him out of the way. And no, she's like, just go.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
You can try and push him in. Alright, so he can attack on me if you have a reaction left.
If I have a reaction left.
I don't know what you've done this turn. So.
Oh, no. I have, yeah. I just wanted to make sure that was right. So he's gonna miss on his attack.
Yay. Alright, I'm gonna go slap this guy over here.
I see it as you attempt to push him, knock him prone, and he meets you. But in this like understanding between you and Noah, you didn't get what you wanted, but it's not the end of the world. And I still see you shove him backwards as you take off running.
I create just
He
enough
misses his
distance
attack.
for me to be able to get out of there. Alright, so as I run up to this guy, I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Hex on this guy. And as I do this, you know, he's got his back to me, but still this, you know, this bronze dragon head, you know, kind of like if you're, you know, if you're trying to dragon head, but with like only straight lines, you know what I mean? Got a picture of it.
Yes, I know what you mean.
Right, so as I do that, this symbol, this marking comes out from like his body as I cast this hex on him, and he has disadvantage on dex saves.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go cry as I rolled another 2.
Oh, versus
2 to hit. So,
okay.
does a 9 hit him?
A 9 does not hit him, and I did roll for it. The closest one to you was a kobold.
I'm just gonna go cry as I've let Nymmurh down.
Oh no! You didn't let Nymmurh down. This little kobold just had a little bit too much angana in him.
It would appear so.
Angana!
I switch d20s.
So you are. Ouch. So you basically are like, you have now met. You are next to greenest soldiers that are fighting these bandits, and you know this combat has only been a couple, less, technically less than a minute kind of thing. We'll just say close to that. Very few minutes. So yeah, you are up there. You are the champion. You are the one that they saw go toe to toe to the half dragon outside the keep's walls, and here you stand, alive and well, fighting toe to toe with their enemy. An inspiration, truly. As it is my turn. All right, sparing no time, the bandit captain turns to you, Noah, and he brings it on. Ah! Swoosh and swoosh as he misses both of his attacks.
What weapon is he using?
A scimitar. Like any good pirate.
I literally just the first one and just knock it away with my dagger in the second one.
Well, that's it for him.
The look in my eyes is just like, you done fucked up.
Just the look of defeat on his face. All right. So okay, it is your turn, Noah. I'm just moving these circles so that you can see. The red circles have moved, have shrunk, but the triangles have not. It's your turn, Noah.
All right, and so yeah, since it's my turn, go ahead. All right, does a 17 hit this guy?
Yes, it does.
Okay, thank God.
Studded leather.
All right, so yeah, I still have my dagger, and so since this is I'm gonna go ahead and reskin this. 2, 6, 12. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and reskin. This is 19 points. Kill him.
Does 19 point? It does not kill him.
Does not kill him. All right. All right. And so yeah, basically instead of like knocking away, I catch a scimitar with one of my daggers and I just stab him in the gut with the other one. Just wrench it and then bring it back out. Just kind of leave him with that gaping hole in his abdomen, and I just look over at Tristan and I was like, finish him off for me, will you? And I will bonus action dash.
This poor bandit captain has been like passed on by everyone. Stop ruining my plans. All right, what else do you do?
I bonus action dash. Well, actually, if I don't have to dash, if this is just close, I'm just running as I go by. I want to say I probably slide near one, try and maybe cut the tendon on the leg or just something like that as I roll into being amidst the troops of greenest.
Boom.
So yeah, that was a. I do not have Acris out, so I'm sad right now. That would have been a crit, but I do hit. And so it's a dagger, so that's 6 points.
You could be wielding the greatsword, and that would be a crit.
And yeah, if I can, I would go ahead and sheath the daggers and sheath at least one of them and bring out Acris as I join these guys.
Ugh. And again, Noah, you are someone that many of these troops have seen, and some of them even know that you've worked side by side with back in Greenest. And they stand resolute that they will not back down to the enemies before them.
Yeah, and as Noah rolls in and unsheaths Acris, he's like, "Oh, hey, Argus. Fun day, right?"
All right. Tristana.
Okay,
sorry for ruining your plans.
Yeah, it's whatever. It's fine. I don't care. This actually is still dramatic anyway. So Tristana kind of is kind of just recovering from that last push, and she looks down, her arm just kind of is just limp in front of her, and it's so dehydrated and cracked that it's starting to bleed. And her fingers, her palm is legit, the skin of her palm is entirely burnt off. But up her hand, her skin is so dehydrated from all the heat that it's so cracked and dry. It just literally just starts, bleeding. And so she kind of, with a limp arm, she kind of sees this. Is he decently injured, or is he fresh, ready to fight? Not fresh, but you know what I mean.
He's decently injured. He's covering his stomach and everything.
Okay, yeah, we're stumbling towards each other then.
Yeah.
And she lets out a sigh as she sees her knight in shining armor, Noah, run off and say, "Hey, take this one." And she just kind of lets out a sigh. Damn, Noah. And with with her right arm that she still has fine, she lets out this much weaker fire bolt, and just prays to God that it hits. Yeah, I gotta get my die 20. All right, I gotta look at my to hit thing because I don't ever really use this a lot often. All right, 4 plus. Okay, I got it. It's freaking pitiful, man. All right, 4 plus. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be bad. So it's a 12, and I assume that does not hit.
So close.
Yeah. And as she sees the fireball go airing by, she her eyes go wide because she knows that she probably won't survive an onslaught from this dude because she's severely injured. And with her left hand, very hesitantly so, she twin spells the other firebolt, and her left hand just burns and it hurts so bad, but she has no choice And she lets loose another firebolt, this time with a 13 plus 7 or 8, so yeah, like 21. But as it burns in her hand, she lets loose a firebolt. I think it's a die 2d10 now. I forget. I gotta double check.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Okay, so I thought. All right.
Molly the rule guy.
All right. 10 plus 3, 13 plus 4. All right, so 17 points of damage as she lets loose from her burnt hand a firebolt. And I'm going to self-impose an injury on myself with the same thing, you know? Just because.
That's exactly how much hit points you have.
What? Oh, I thought you said that's exactly how many hit points you had left. And I was like,
no.
wait, what?
You deal 17 damage to yourself.
Yep.
I'm just gonna do. I did half of that damage to myself just because she's like severely like hurt.
Dang.
Yeah.
Gotta love it when players do my work for me.
For sure, yo. Oh god. That was a lot. Okay.
Yeah, well, I don't know if any of y'all saw it like I did, but literally I see like it's like Captain Hook.
It's not like burnt off or anything. Oh,
no, not you.
I thought you meant like my arm is like now a stump and it's like a hook instead of a hand. I was like, wait, what? What did I sign up for?
Oh my gosh. No. So Captain Hook basically like just blasted in the chest, and as he kind of was stumbling to you, grimacing, just falls and bam into the ground.
Yeah, kind of like cradling her other hand, she runs towards the fray, towards Noah and Oberyn. You know, getting, I guess, like here or something.
Okay. So.
And with that, I end my turn.
Indeed. So.
With that, I begin my turn.
Incorrect, friend. Incorrect.
I meant you, not me.
Incorrect.
Oh, there's an Oberyn.
It is Oberyn's turn.
Sorry.
I hate you. Right. So, my as I run up, you know, I run a swing at this guy and I miss. I take a step back and I go back to my basics and I pull my stance back to how I'm used to. I'm ready to go again. And this time my mace fills with lightning to the guy that I hexed. And I swing.
Bada.
And I rolled a 16.
Swing.
23.
It's clobbering time.
So that guy takes 16 damage. As I do this, the lightning leaps from the first guy down to a second one.
Let's see what it is.
He takes 7 damage.
That will be a cultist that takes 7 damage. He's electrocuted. I want you to roll that damage die again, as you are in very close proximity to your patron.
I would have switched my hex over, so I would have done a d6 more.
Okay.
So that's 3 more necrotic damage off the top. And the lightning does another 5 damage. As my patron inspires these abilities.
Indeed. And this cultist crumbles as you inspire the greenest troops next to you.
And once again, I'm going to move so that I'm kind of putting myself between this mini cultist and kind of greenest guys that may have been taking hits or something that don't look very well off.
Indeed, there are many of them that are wounded, and even some that are killed. have been.
That's all I get.
All right. There is much blood on the battlefield, and though the greenest troops stand their ground, they are still only those that remain, as many of their brothers have fallen beside them. As they tire, their techniques are less effective, and the enemy begins to find ways to defeat them through sheer number. But as their numbers dwindle, and as you fight side by side valiantly, from the top of the plateau, a horn booms. The sound of thunder reverberates in the canyon. Hooves. Lots of hooves. Over the horizon, at the canyon's entrance, horse-mounted soldiers in gleaming armor charge into the camp. Hell Riders! Advance! To hell with the enemy! So, yes, precisely. A giant Cyanwrath.
I had to do it.
So, shapes. What shape should they be? I think they should be giant hearts. Noah. And, well, perhaps Tristan and Auburn as well. But the banner that they are carrying is that of the city of El Terrell. And El Terrell is from the northeast.
You
All
okay?
right. What?
Right, you son of a bitch. It's the horse fuckers. Okay. I've been dying for like a minute now. Oh my god.
I've been watching you die for a minute.
I know. Sorry, Logan. Sorry.
These there are 50 cavalrymen. Divide that up to these shapes, however, I don't care. The mounted cavalry sweeps through the camp, decimating your enemies and making a show of it. Right, these little like riding by and slicing off heads. So, that's how it goes. Basically they round in and make short work of the remaining foes. So,
All of our foes?
All of the foes.
Every single foe?
Every single foe. I don't know, maybe a couple kobolds try to climb the walls of the canyon. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I was about to say even the Anginas.
Angina!
Spear to the throat.
Good. Precisely. These riders, these hell riders as they've called themselves, their skill is impressive.
I know my next feat.
So I know it's kind of jarring and it's kind of an abrupt like whoop. Little meta talk there, but just roll with it.
Okay.
No mystical camels. So
Thank you.
essentially this is weird. I don't want to say it to break immersion, but we're gonna jump forward like 5 minutes. The enemies are defeated, and I'm going to tell you mechanically what your efforts did. Because you were able to stop all 3 of the groups from joining in the fight, I will tell you now how many troops were lost of the 80 greenest troops that were present. Believe it or not, only 13 troops were lost, but nearly all of them were injured.
They were all injured before they got here.
Yep. But 80 troops fighting at almost a 3-to-1 ratio, we lost 13.
I'll take it.
That's not bad. That's not to say, however, that there are not wounded soldiers, that can't move, incapacitated but alive. There's lots of that going around. So many of them are in need of help.
Auburn does his holy duties of healing and medicine checks. All with disadvantage. But he does his best.
All at disadvantage.
Yeah, and so Noah, of course, is just like helping people around. But as soon as he actually like takes a look at Tristana's condition, it's like holy shit. Like he says that like, holy shit, Auburn, just 2 seconds, come here. Or better yet, Noah would go to Tristan and be like, okay, don't make a big deal of it. I'm just taking you to Auburn. Let's go.
Yeah, Tristana would smile weakly, kind of collapsing to her knees on the ground, just like sweat profusely. She's like torn up, burnt up, cut up. She's been slashed. She's been burned. She's been beaten. She's exhausted. Oh yeah, and her arm like hangs like as if it's like every bone has been like, broken or whatever. Like it just lays there limp. Kind of like grayish, like the skin is like pink underneath. Like I just kind of almost imagine like almost her entire like hand like up to her elbow. The skin just kind of the first layer of skin just being like burnt off, and like the second or third layer and it's beginning like the bleeding from all of the cracked and dehydrated in her hand. But definitely the palm is essentially the worst. We're just burnt to a crisp. Thanks, Noah.
Yeah, and he's just like, oh, well, so much for being the Fire Queen, huh? Those burns, man. And he's saying that, but he's like incredibly like, there's an undertone of like definite concern. Every like as he's making these jokes, and he's kind of like hurriedly.
She kind of like looks weakly up to you, and just fire burns both ways.
So, Auburn looking you over, he he wets like some bandages and wraps your arm, and then seeing it broken, he puts like a stint around it and does
It's not broken. It's just like kind of like just like limp and like you're fine. I was just
gotcha.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
He's doing his medicine thing, and as he does, he casts Cure Wounds, 2nd level on you, and you get 16 hit points back.
Hell yeah. That literally doubles my HP.
And then he'll use his last 2 points of lay on hands
Yeah.
also.
Yeah, I had 10 HP for the majority of I had for the last 2 turns of that fight.
Now you have 18 more.
Appreciate it.
All right. Yeah, you guys go meet the horse fuckers. I'm gonna go get my friend, or I'm gonna go get our friend. And Noah would bound over to Nymmurh.
His name's Orion.
Orion.
I'm gonna go sit next to a rock or something.
I guess I shall greet the horsemen.
Yes. The only rider without a helmet approaches you.
Must be an adventurer.
His braided red beard and bald head are of note, but it's his jovial smile that catches your attention. And I'm going to show you what he looks like as he dismounts from his horse in front of you.
Is he human or?
He is human. Share. Oh, wait, I don't even need to do that. So I have to turn my camera on. See him?
Indeed.
That's him. So.
Looks like I'm only in 20 years.
Hey! He finally gets to play a paladin?
You never said
not multi-classed? Yeah, and he greets you. What ho! 'Tis a fine day for heroes, is it not? I am Arnthar Froom, Paladin of Dorm and Grand Master of the Order of the Gauntlet in El Turel. We heard Greenest's cry for help. We came to aid them as soon as we could. We were intercepted by a girl. Lenin, I believe her name was. She came to us in this ethereal form, but more on that later. We were told that you might want some assistance.
He smiles, or he gives like a half-smile smirk at the mention of Lenin. And he reaches his hand out. I am Auburn, son of the sun, Paladin of Pelor, and champion of Greenest. Your aid was perfectly timed. Not much longer, I don't think we could have lasted without it.
And I'll just say that the leaning comment, Noah kind of crossed his arms and whistle. Like, man, I owe her an apology.
Yes, I'm pleased to make your acquaintance, Auburn, son of the sun. Yes, I've heard of you. You are preceded by your bravery. That is something that I admire. You see, these Hell Riders, my Hell Riders, we are the defense of this region, well, of the greater, oh crap, the region, the Elder Guard. And this canyon lies just outside of our the region of which we protect. But When Greenus is in need, we answer their call.
You must be some great allies to have. We're looking to continue the destruction of this cult and stop what they have planned. But first, we must rest a few days. Get our strength back before we continue.
I see. Well, this is a subject of mutual interest. I have a colleague in El Terrell who would be very interested in the information that you have about the cult of the dragon. It is obvious that the threat is real, but we need more information. I would be honored if you would accompany me and my hill riders back to the city.
What a coincidence. We'd be honored to be a guest of yours.
Splendid. So, as you continue to mend wounds and kind of collect yourself after the battle, 4 more mounted figures trot into the canyon and approach you, passing the men and making their way to you. All are recognizable. Edian, the priest of Shanti, Lenin, his daughter, Governor Nighthill, and Guard Captain Red, riding a boar. Lenin comes apart from excitement. Albrin! Tristana! Noah, I did as you asked, and El Terrell received my message. That was Captain Red's idea. I was so afraid I would never see you all again. I'm so glad you're okay. She dismounts quickly and runs to hug each of you.
Come on. Who do you think? Whoa. Okay. Let's back off, okay? Back off.
I'm sorry. I was so scared that...
I'm just kidding. Come here. Any dog. While he hugs her, is like, sorry, and don't tell anyone I said that. And he push her, and you can come out of the hug.
Yeah, as she comes over to Tristana, and she kind of like weakly hugs her with her one good arm, kind of like gingerly, like as if she's like been covered in bruises, and she kind of like winces a little bit. She kind of like with like when her ear is like I guess kind of closed, she's like, "You did well. We would have surely died without your help. Thank you."
I'm just glad that I could get the message out in time. But your hands, your
She
arms.
kind of like pats her shoulder. This will be fine. In a few days, you won't even notice it. It's the luxuries of magic, you see. Speaking of which, I hope I hear that he did say that she contacted the other guy like through like her like shadow form thing or whatever it is, or like ethereal.
She basically sent like a medieval like phone call to El
I got you
through Jedi hologram.
And she said, like, speaking of magic, I heard that you did a very good job. You were actually able to control it and send a message to was it El Terrell?
El Terrell.
El Terrell. I gotta say, you're coming along quite nicely.
Thank you. That really means everything to me.
Of course, yeah. Without it, we'd be dead. Surely. Right, Noah? And she kind of like, her good arm kind of like, hits him.
And he kind of thinks about it, and you hit him, he's like, nah. Yeah, no Stein remark for me this time. You did really good. Like, astonishingly well.
Astonishing. Always one for the backhanded compliment, eh, Noah? And she kind of like shoulders her along to Oberyn because they have a special bond.
She gives him that big hug.
Auburn's still exhausted and worse for wear. He's taken a bajillion damage in the last hour. Almost falls as she embraces him, but he's able to hold himself up. You've done well. I'm proud of you. And without you, none of us would be here having this conversation. And he kind of looks back to the soldiers of Greenest. They wouldn't be here either.
Leanin it's kind of lost for words. It took, each one of you saying, praising her and her deeds that she's done and the lives that she saved. And it finally gets to her, and she just, you see a tear come down her eyes, and
oh, here come the waterworks.
It feels, I'm so glad that that what I can do saves so many. And it's then that Nighthill rides up and greets you, and Onthar. Once again, you three prove yourselves resourceful. It is a pleasure to see you all again and in one piece. The camp is destroyed, yes, but what of the cave? I see little remains of that as well. And who is this? Yes, pointing toward the man with bronze skin. This is Nighthill.
It's a friend, or he's a friend we found inside, a prisoner.
Orion from
What
was it?
Tirith, I believe. So the
Tirith.
south of here, yeah, south of here, right, Nighthill. I think not too good in my geography.
Orion, he doesn't speak. He kind of maintains his balance on the halberd that Oberyn gave him.
Aether.
He was badly wounded. He hasn't said much, but he hasn't stabbed us in the back either, so I trust him.
Well, as long as you trust him. Well, I trust that some information was gathered. Cult of the Dragon. It does. Listen, your job with me is complete. As promised, you have each earned your 250 gold. I hope that it can help you on your journey, wherever that may take you. Onthar, well, he would be the man to talk to about further information, I understand. My little militia is going to take some time before they get back in the fight again.
Okay, Tarbo. Sorry, Nighthill. Yeah, sorry. Trying to be all formal. This is the last time you're ever going to hear me say this, or like anything like it, but can you really spare the gold? I mean, Greenest is trashed. Don't you need those for repair costs? I'm just saying.
And as he kind of goes to reply to you, you hear a familiar voice. Carthron. As a hand reaches in your direction, it would appear that there are two riders on Nighthill's horse.
Yeah, that was my second question. Mom, why are you here? Well, I guess you couldn't have stayed alone back in Greenest, but
She would not refuse. She wouldn't let me leave without tagging along.
guess that's where I get it from.
And your mother feebly attempts to dismount the horse.
Yeah, he would admit, no, Mom, I got it, I got it. And he'd immediately hug her as soon as she's off of the horse.
I came all this way to tell you that I know the promise you made to me. But your destiny lies elsewhere. I want you to go.
Sure, Destiny, that's it's great and all, but Mom, you're blind. I can't just leave you alone.
I had my time, son. And Nighthill and the rest of Greenest, they're good to me. They understand. You were made to be more than a construction worker on an outskirt town. I want you to go. And I knew it would take nothing less than me coming to the battlefield for you to do what you need to do.
And Noah, for the first time ever, is speechless. And he tries to say something else, but then he just looks into her, like her milky white eyes, like staring like directly at him, her face firm and resolute, like she's not going to back down from this. Like he knows that there's nothing he can say, nothing he can do will change her mind at this point. And he looks over at Auburn, Mr. Son of the Sun here, and he looks over at Pristana, barely standing, is like still limping. It's on the side, just burns all over. And he kind of puts his head down and takes his mom again once in his arms, and whispers into her ear, "Thank you. I'll do you proud. I'll get to the bottom of this. God damn it, I'm going to be a hero." I love you, Mom.
for you too, Carthron.
Tristana kind of butts in the conversation. I'm. And then she kind of like puts her hand on Noah's mom's shoulder and she says, "Don't worry, Miss Lockhart. We'll take good care." And she looks him dead in the eyes of Carthron.
You see fear in his eye.
As just Tristana gives Noah the look of a hawk right before it attacks a mouse. As her eyes knowingly squint down, and her barely, she's like half dead, but she just smiles this huge shit-eating grin of Carthron. But she, warmly, patted the shoulder. We'll take care of him.
Carthron, dear.
Yes.
Mom, it's. You know what? I don't even care anymore.
So, as you kind of, hug your mom, kind of, with one hand, Captain Red, he speaks up, but briefly. I will attend to my men now. Thank you again, adventurers, for everything. Aegean. What? Go ahead. I saw that mouth move.
Hey, don't worry, Red.
Aegean dismounts his horse. Up until now, it's like he was holding something back. Like he didn't know quite what to say. Like there's a reason was the last to get off his horse. I was wrong to be mad at my daughter's wanderlust. It is only natural, and I cannot shelter her forever. Tristana.
Yes.
If you will agree to teach my daughter, Aubryn and Noah, if you will keep her safe, she has my blessing to join you on your journey.
Tristana looks over to Leanin and kind of asks her, "Is this what you want?"
More than anything.
And she kind of looks to her two companions just to kind of gauge what the party thinks.
And sorry, go.
In that right now.
What was that? I didn't catch that.
I said, where's Lena at right now?
She's beside us.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she's beside you. Yeah, it's Noah, Tristana, Aubryn, Leanin.
Alright, so if she's next to me, I take an arm and put it around her shoulder as I look at her father into his eyes. I made his, make eye contact. No harm will come to your daughter as long as Pelor allows me to live. And as today, the last couple of days have gone, it looks like he's watching over us all right now.
Yes. Yes, he is.
Yeah, don't worry, Ian. Or don't worry, Ian. We got her. It's fine. She'll be safe. There is one thing though. Are you sure you want her to teach her? I mean, look at her. She can barely control. She can barely control her magic. No, not Edie. Or no, not Leanin. I'm talking about Tristana.
No, I know.
Look at her.
Stop.
She's in. Oh, fine. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Noah.
And kind of like responding to that, she kind of like solemnly like she's like, no, like everybody's kind of like, no, stop. But she's like, he's right. I still can't control all of my magic either. This is the nature of the beast. The only thing I can teach you, I have a massive amount of experience on what not to do. I can at least teach you that, but he is right. This, and she kind of like points to her arm. This is a side effect of magic. It's great power. Magic does not make everything easier. In fact, it just makes it a little bit more complicated. But, and she kind of looks to lean in, as you've also seen, magic has the potential to save. And she looks kind of like around and kind of, she would spread it out with both hands, but she's got one. Hundreds upon hundreds of lives that could have been lost if not for you controlling your magic. While yes, this is the uglier side of it, I think that we can save thousands if we continue together, honing our magic. But as I said, it's difficult, it's deadly, it's ugly, and you need to put your life on the line. And she kind of looks over to Edie and just know that I will do everything in my power to help guide her, but at the end of the day, this is her journey. And this is a possibility, an end of the road. I'll do my best to ensure that she does not follow the same path that I have. And then as we've spoken before, and she kind of like reassuringly like pats Lena on the shoulder, your magic is much tamer than mine, much less wild. You don't exactly deal with wildfire, but not to say your magic is not dangerous, as we've seen before. But anyway, all this to say, Carthron, shut the hell up.
Oh my gosh. Yes, Tristana, I know. And I understand the risk. Here. Take these. It's a small token. But anything helps. And he offers you 4 more healing potions, the same that he gave you before you left to come here. They are 2d4 plus 2.
And I think you better take 2. And he hands 2 to Tristana.
Freaking bastard, man. Saved your ass.
I know. I'm relentless. I know.
You can kind of see like you know how like little static electricity just kind of like you just kind of see like little fire, like little smoke just kind of like pop in her hands as she kind of like takes them from you and kind of like warms up, almost like a semi-boil as she kind of takes them from you and puts it in her pack. Thank you, Carthron. And she gets that same shit-eating grin as she says Carthron.
Auburn butts in. He's right. I think it's best that you have 2, in case what happens in the cave happens again.
And she sighs. It's like, oh, Auburn, not you too. I can deal with one stupid idiot, but not. And she kind of like, stop. I'm kidding, but I know yours is out of concern, Auburn. But you, Carthron.
Well, at least you're not outnumbered anymore.
It's like a hearty laugh at Leland. That's true.
Yeah, so as soon as you keep saying Carthon over again, and the grin that's on his face just goes away.
Got him.
Thanks,
okay.
Mom.
Noah.
So
Noah.
So
no one knows that your name's Carthon.
So Anthar makes his way back over to you after talking with some of his men. Whenever you're ready, we can set off to Elturel.
Kind of looks to Auburn.
Is there Any chance you could spare a few horses?
You see, Oberyn, good Hell Riders do not show up to a battle without the ability to replace a horse or two. Of course we can. So the like the banner carriers, the couple that they had, they're tethered to another horse that they keep.
I got you. Like a pack horse or something.
Mm-hmm. And of course, Lenin has her own horse.
Auburn, of course, helps her on her horse.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, and Tristana kind of like looks over and kind of like sheepishly like kind of like looks at the what's his name? I can't forget how to pronounce his name. Main guy, like Omar, not Omar. Like
Nighthawk?
no.
Anthar.
Anthar.
Yeah, and she starts to lay on the charm, and she kind of points to like her arm. It's like, you wouldn't happen to have any wagons or anything that I could just hitch a ride on, would you? I don't think I can grip a. Was it a bridle? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I think it's called a bridle.
Well, my lady, I hate to disappoint. It is not exactly what I'm known for, wink. But
What? What does that
No.
mean?
we have no wagon. Unfortunately, you are more than welcome to ride with one of your companions, or even one of my knights, or even me.
God damn it, Logan. I love the voice, but
Yeah,
that was creepy, man.
Yeah, Tristana.
Or even me.
Yeah, Tristana, feel free.
Oh God, I'm gonna ride with Leiden. Fuck you. Leiden, dear. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Auburn seeing the situation, and he still, after helping lean in on the horse, he brings the horse over. Perhaps this better suits you.
Whatever, fine. I don't care.
No, with lean in, and he'd help you up.
Okay. Thank you, Auburn. Such a gentleman you are, always. Thank you.
He gives you a knowing nod.
What is
Orion, wordless, approaches you, Auburn, and kind of touches your arm, kind of nodding like that he wants to go with you.
Of course, friend. And I take a spare horse, or if there is one for him, where he can. I'll help him out to my horse or whatever he wants.
Yeah, he's in a similar situation to Tristana. He's your levels of exhaustion. He's at whatever third, fourth level exhaustion. Like, yeah.
So I help him onto my horse, and then I take a part of this rope and I tie his hands together around my torso so he doesn't fall off. And if he does, well, hopefully he lands on me and not himself.
All right. And with that, Anthar summons his Hell Riders together, and you march, or rather, trot your way to El Terrell. This is where we end. That was the end of essentially chapter 1, or made up of numerous kind of sub-chapters, but that's kind of the big turn in the plot. Act 1, there we go. Much better, much better. Oh.
Very nice.
I hope anyone who ever watches enjoys or enjoyed, and that the future us also can enjoy this again one day. So.
Looking at you, future Molly. Looking at you.
I swear. It's going to be hilarious if that ever comes. Anyway, we're out of here.
I'm Wesley.
Peace out.
Did you hear the beginning of the session? I'm Wesley.
Go fuck yourself, brother.